Hey guys, how's it going? So today I want to talk about my goals coming up for my seventh month of learning Mandarin. So I've just passed 7 month mark now, and I want to talk a little bit about my goals that I set last month, what I'm planning on doing next month going forward, and how I think it's going so far. So last month, my goal that I set about halfway through the month is, if you remember, I went through a series of documentaries, What the Health Conspiracy and Forks Over Knives, and from that I basically read the subtitle file like I was reading a book, copied and pasted the sentences out that I thought were useful, and created them into flashcards. And I was basically, each sentence I was doing dictation, so audio to writing the characters, and also doing comprehension, so like reading the sentence and making sure I can understand it and get the pronunciation right. So I had a list of sentences, and if you want to hear about what I was planning on doing in more detail, you can refer back to my last video that I'll leave in the description. But basically, everything went okay with that. I just about finished it on the last day of the month, and I did have to kind of slog through and push a bit more at the end than I normally do. So yeah, I think that was quite dry, having just doing flashcards on top of immersion and not having anything else, like having any focused study time or reading or anything like that. I think it was useful to kind of push through the cards that I needed, but in terms of doing it over a long-term plan, I think I don't like Anki enough and sentence mining approach enough to kind of do that. I much prefer to kind of have very small amounts of Anki for very either topical vocab or stuff that's just annoying and won't stick, that I see all the time, I feel like I should know, and then just let mostly listening and reading and actual immersion do the rest of it. So I think before the start of the month, I tried watching What the Health, the documentary on on Netflix with the Mandarin dub without subtitles. And when I watched it the first time, I kind of got about halfway through and then gave up. I was understanding about 30%, I'd say, if that. So I was understanding very, very little. Now I've finished going through the sentence cards and stuff like that from What the Health and Forks Over Knives, bearing in mind the subtitles are different to the audio for this, because but when you get shows that are originally in the target language, they basically transcribe it for the subtitles. When you get, say, an English TV show and you watch the Chinese dub with the Chinese subtitles, what happens is a lot of the time they're translated by two different people, or they're just done independently. So the subtitles and audio don't always match up very well. So I was getting a lot of relevant words and vocabulary, but in terms of actually the wording and phrasing they'd use in the show, it was in the documentary, it was different. So I feel like it was still quite a good test to see if I can actually understand some of these words in the context that they should be used in. So I watched it again, and I didn't understand 100%, which is no surprise. I think it's quite a complicated documentary, but I say somewhere between about 60 and 70%, probably closer to 60 than 70. So I can follow kind of what's going on, and I can follow a lot of the explanations. Some scenes I entirely understood, some scenes I understood very, very little of, but I think it's a big, big improvement over the course of just a few weeks from mining that sort of specific material. But in order to really kind of progress and understand more about this, and be able to talk about nutrition in more detail, I think I need to go and expose myself to more nutrition content in terms of YouTube channels, podcasts, documentaries, books, and stuff like that. So if anyone has either any books in Chinese they'd recommend about nutrition, podcasts, YouTube channels, or documentaries in Mandarin that they'd recommend, then please let me know. I'd be very much appreciated. But I think this is going to act as a nice segue into what I want to do for next month, because there's been two YouTube channels that I've picked up quite a few videos from, and I'm going back to using a link this next month. So if you wait a second, I'll just take you into the link now. So here we are in link, and this is my playlist for vegan related stuff that I went through before. So my basic, what I was basically planning on doing this month is I had two videos that I had transcribed before that I hadn't had a chance to go over. It's the second of the day of recording this, so I went through one yesterday and one this morning. So I've been through both of these now, and then after that, I think I basically want to focus on nutrition. So I've imported a few videos here from two YouTube channels that I'm going to show you in a second, all about nutrition in Mandarin Chinese. So this is the first channel here, and you can see all the videos are a decent length, studying about 5-ish minutes long with CC subtitles that you can either import into link, you can toggle off and on, stuff like that. So I've found that this actually was, I'll go into more detail about how I use YouTube in a future video, I think, because I've collected quite a few, I think, useful channels, and I want to make an entirely separate video related to that. So you can be expecting that in the coming weeks. But basically, the main videos I wanted to go through from his channel in terms of this month at least, was you can see here, Jinkang Xiao Jushu, which is basically health, small videos about relating about health with little bits of information. So you've got 6 videos in the playlist, so I've imported all of these into link. You've got some about cholesterol and eggs, about heart, stomach, what else, and they're all about 5 minutes long. And then the second channel I wanted to show you guys, which is this one, Taiwan Wu Lao Shu de Yin Yang Pindao, which is Taiwan Wu Teacher Nutrition channel. So this is his videos here, and he's got from about here, all of these, or most of the videos have Chinese subtitles, and he's got a whole range, some of good length for importing into link, about 5 to 20 minutes long. Some are too short, like this one here. I'd say that's probably too short. And then some range it to be too long. Some of these are an hour, over an hour long. So basically what I've been doing is I've been going through, starting from here, importing the ones into a link that I think are a good length. The ones that aren't, I've just been adding into a separate playlist on YouTube, and I'll just go through those in my own time. So here's the list of videos I wanted to go through this month. So what I'm going to do for the first half of the month, I'm going to be focusing on link. My account expires on the 15th, and I don't think I'm going to renew it because I don't think it's as useful for traditional Chinese as Spanish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do link for the first 15 days, and then in the second half of the month, I'm going to go back to reading on my Kindle. So every morning, I'm going to spend about an hour a day going through one of these videos about nutrition or nutrition-related topics. And then when I've been through in a bit of detail, when I'm walking to and back from uni, I'm going to be passively listening to it with my headphones. I'm still going to be actively trying to pay attention, but it's a case of, you zone in and out. And I think that case of listening to stuff when you're walking about that you've already sort of familiar with is a big help, because I've tried with completely raw material before and that I'm new to, and sometimes I zone out. Like I go to cross a road, I check if there's any cars there, and then I go back to trying to listen after, and then I'm completely lost, and it's hard to try and get your way back to understanding a lot again, especially if you miss bits. When I feel like if you've studied it before, a lot of those problems go away because you have a bit more context, a bit more repetition. And the fact that I've already read through it before, I think that helps a lot. And it's just kind of reconsolidating some of that stuff from before. And then in the second half of the month, again, I'm going to be reading Shafu, and I'll leave a link in the description to where you can download that for free. It's quite a famous book here in Taiwan, from what I understand. It's sort of a thriller book, I guess. The English title is A Butcher's Wife, and it's quite famous here in Taiwan. Chapters are short, and there's not that many chapters, so I think easily can finish that in a few days. And then if I have time towards the end of the month, depending on what time I finish, I might go back to going through a few more YouTube videos, but this time outside of link because my account would have expired by then. So that's basically what I'm planning on doing next month. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much more Anki from now because I'm kind of started to get a bit sick of it, to be honest. I'm going to try and getting away from that more into YouTube and more into reading. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. And if not, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.